Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me to introduce myself. My name is Fadean Khairani, and I am from Accounting Department. In this lovely day, I would like to thank for the opportunity that has been given to me to present my thesis proposal with the title Presentation of IT Governance and its Impact on a Company Performance, Study on Companies in Indonesia. And also, I would like to say thank you for my advisor lecturer,
Dr. Rita Rahayu, SE, MSI, AKCA.
On my research study consists of 5 chapters. The first one is Introduction, the second one is Theoretical Framework, the third one is Research Methodology, the fourth one is Result and Discussion, and the last chapter is Suggestion and Conclusion. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. We move to the first chapter, Introduction, consists of background, problem statement, research objective, and also writing statement. The background. Here are some reasons why I become interesting to do this research. The first one is the competitive. Today, many companies become more competitive. This competitiveness urges the company to adopt technology information as one of the support systems to face a competitive environment. We realize that information technology has an important role in running business, including innovating the products and services and maintaining communication system during the business process. And the second reason is about the IT investment. The percentage amount of investment in information technology is increasing over the year. It's not surprising if there are a company willing to spend large amount of funds to be invested in a set of IT infrastructure. Because of the use of IT not only increase the effectiveness or efficiency of the company, but also increases the information use that make the company become more competitive. But in the other side, the large amount of investment is usually followed by a large risk as well. So it's necessary to have a good information technology governance in order to minimize that risk. And the third reason is the result of previous research. The previous study have shown that the average company that implementing the IT governance in Indonesia is still less because of the small scope of research in IT governance in Indonesia. Most of the previous study about the IT governance only focus on the case study at one university or one company in Indonesia. So it's make me become interesting to do this research because of Indonesia needs
Further research about
the implementation in order to give a new insight for Indonesia companies to be able to apply IT governance. We move to the problem statement and research objective. Here are the problem statement and also the research objective. The first one is problem statements, consists of 2 questions, which are, the first one is, to what extent the implementation of IT governance by an Indonesian company? And the second one is there any relationship between the implementation of IT governance and company performance? And we move to the research objective. The research objective tend to become solution of the problem statement, consists of 2 objectives, which are, the first one is to investigate the extent of implementing information technology governance by Indonesian company. The second one is to investigate the relationship between the implementation of IT governance and a company performance. The next slide is talking about the research benefit. The research benefits of this research is, the first one, for investor. This research will provide a clear clear information about which are the company who are able to adopt a technology information and have a good impact on their company. And also for the companies, this research study will provide information on whether in adopting information technology governance for their company will bring a good impact on their company performance or not. And for academics, this study will bring benefits for science research in developing the useful in adopting information technology governance, and also to be one of the sources to develop research about information technology governance and make it broadly. And for the future researcher, will give a new insight for doing some research about the information technology governance and also the company performance. Let's move on to the next topic. Here we go to the chapter 2 about the theoretical framework. Discuss about the agency theory, previous study, and hypothesis.
Agency theory.
The first one is regulation, and the second one is framework of COVID, and the IT governance and a company performance. And also RBV, resources-based view, and about the previous research. There are 5 previous research. The first one is Lunardi et al. 2014. He stated on his research that the application of information technology governance has improved corporate financial performance in Brazil, especially in the term of profitability. And the second one is Fadean 2016. On his research, he says that the use of IT governance in the company will give a positive impact on the company performance. The third one is Sirisambonsukpianrat et al. 2018. This research concludes that both IT governance and project governance have a positive impact on the project governance. And the fourth previous research is Haki Al-Sakina Fika 2019. The result of her research shows that there is no significant difference in a company performance between pre-adoption and post-adoption of IT governance using COVID. And the last previous research is Alam Handan et al. 2019. In this research shows a sharp decline in IT governance in Saudi company, and he stated that the regression analysis shows that there is a positive impact on IT governance, but only on the operational performance. Hypothesis. So in this research have one hypothesis, which is the implementation of IT governance significantly influenced the company performance. We move to the next chapter, chapter 3, about the research methodology. We'll discuss about research design, population and sample, data type and source, and method of data analysis. We move to the research methodology. The first one is research design. This research is a type of descriptive research. The research methods of this study is classified as using a quantitative approach, aimed at emphasizing the theory testing through the measurement of research variables with the numbers and analyzing data with statistical procedures. The second one is population and sample. The population of this research consists of 499 companies listed on IDX and 200 companies were not listed on the IDX. And the sample of this research consists of 56 respondents participant. The third part is data type and sources. This study used primary data. The data is gathered by sending a questionnaire to the Indonesian company via an online questionnaire method by using Google Form. And about the method of data analysis, descriptive statistic, validity test, reliability test, normality test, and regression analysis. To the next slide about the variable. Variable of this research is the first one is independent variable, which is information technology governance that was measured by the COVID indicators. And the second one is dependent variable, is the company performance that was measured by 9 indicators. Let's move on to the next chapter, the fourth chapter, about the result and discussion. We'll discuss about the descriptive statistic, data analysis, research instrument testing, classic assumption test, and hypothesis testing. The first one is about demographic background of respondent. In this study, there are 56 respondents who participate.
The profile of the respondent can be seen in this table.
The next slide will be discussed about the demographic background of company. In this slide, we can see that the company's demography consists of the type of company and the age of the company. The next slide is about descriptive data analysis results and the distribution of the number of companies against the total mean. In the table, we'll describe the statistic data of 35 indicators questioned in each domain in COVID 4.1. From the table, we can see that the minimum and maximum value of each domain, and also we can see the value mean of each domain. And in the table of distribution of the number of companies against the total mean, it can be seen that there are 25 companies have mean number lower than 4.5, and there are 31 companies that have a mean number of greater than 4.5. We move to the next slide. It's about validity test result. This validity test in this study used to find out whether the question in this research questionnaire is valid or not. From the table, we can see that all of correlation coefficient of the item scores are higher than the correlation coefficient of the R table. So, in this case, we can conclude that all of the items are considering as valid. The next one is about the reliability test result. We can conclude that all of the domain's indicators have a Cronbach alpha value higher than 0.6. The table above shows that the minimum Cronbach alpha is 0.851. Overall, the value is more than 0.6, which means that all of the items are considering as reliable. The next one is about the normality test and autocorrelation test. Based on the result of the normality test, it's known that the significant value of each domains were greater than 0.05. It can be concluded that all items have residual values normally distributed. The next one is about the autocorrelation test. In this table, we can see that the probability of 0.059 bigger than 0.05. It can be concluded that there is no autocorrelation in the data. It's about the hypothesis testing. The adjusted R-square value interpreted that the independent variable had an effect of 23.2% on the dependent variable. And the regression analysis with adjusted R-square model results. From the analysis result above, it can be seen that the calculated F value is 17.660 with a significance level of 0.000 or less than 0.05. It appears that the total mean variable significantly influenced the dependent variable. We move to the next chapter, chapter 5, about the conclusion and suggestion. So, we move to the next slide about the conclusion. To what extent the implementation of IT governance by an Indonesian company? The total mean as a determinant of the extent to which companies in Indonesia in implementing information technology governance with a range start to 1 until 5 lies at 4.5. A number 4.5 of total mean was indicate that the level of implementation of information technology governance by 56 Indonesian companies has been structured and has been very well coordinated. The next conclusion is about the relationship between information technology governance and a company performance. The result of testing the hypothesis 1 indicate that the information technology governance has a significant effect on a company performance. The result of this study indicate that information technology governance has a positive relationship with the company performance. This influence can be seen from the acquisition of the calculated F more than F table, that is 16.660 bigger than 2.64 with a significance of 0.000. The results of the study are in line with the results of the study of Pinyarat et al. 2018, which explained that effective and efficient IT governance will result in a better company performance. Here are some research limitations. The first one, it has difficulty in collecting the questionnaire because many internal parties are busy working, so they do not have much time to fill out the questionnaire. The second one, this study used a questionnaire method that is distributed using Google Forms. So, researchers cannot help directly if there are questions that are not understood by respondents. The second limitation is the number of respondents collected. It's still only 56 respondents participate to represent the company they work for. So that it does not represent the whole of the companies in Indonesia. Here are some suggestions for the next research.
The first suggestion is for further research. It will be better.
The distribution of the questionnaire is done when the respondent is not busy working, and diligently following up on the respondent to remind them to fill out the questionnaire distributed.
Second suggestion is for further researchers.
It is expected to increase the number of respondents even more for all companies with more reach, so that research result can be generalized and can show more opinions about how research variables affect performance.
And the last suggestion is for further researchers.
For data collection not only through questionnaires but also by conducting direct interviews with respondents and assisting respondents in filling out the questionnaire so that the results obtained are more accurate and more precise. The next slide will discuss about my research implication. There are some research implications provided by this research. The first one is for authors. This research can provide new insight into researchers' knowledge about how perceived information technology governance can affect a company performance. And for companies or organizations, this research is expected to be used as a material consideration for companies in applying information technology governance to improve company performance. And the last, for internal company parties. This research is expected to be used as a reference for consideration and input in implementing information technology governance, which will be applied together with all internal company parties later. And the last slide is thank you. I think I have presented all of the contents of my thesis presentation from chapter 1 until chapter 5. For all the mistaken, I say sorry and thank you for your kind attention. Assalamualaikum.